Hi Gabriele, thank you so much for being here. This is your first time at the challenge and also in Singapore. Can you share some of your experience?
Yeah, it's my first time and I come here as one of the organizers of a competition in Europe, and I think this competition is great. A lot of people, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of young people. This is what we want in this kind of competitions.
That's great. So can you tell something about your background for our viewers?
I work in underwater robotics and autonomy in Siamari La Spezia, but I also organize a robotics competition, SAUVC, in Europe, that is the counterpart of this kind of competition for Europe, and other competitions like Euraton, the European Robotics League. And we would really like to have some of these teams coming to visit us in La Spezia.
Yeah, that will be great. But do you have any, because you've been to so many competitions, do you have any expectations from this competition? And you've already seen some bits of it while judging. What do you think about SAUVC?
I think it's nice. There are a lot of nations, so you see a lot of different schools of engineering, and some of the tasks are really interesting. For instance, the ball in the drums and the recovery of the balls, and also the design of the vehicles are interesting. So good luck to the teams.
So you've seen like competitions which are for open water, and you've seen here in the pool. So do you think this is a stepping stone towards open water competition?
Yeah, I think open water competition, as we do in La Spezia, is more for senior researchers, senior students, but this is a very good training for that. So the best teams of here should for sure come to attempt some competition in La Spezia.
Absolutely. So do you have any suggestions for new rising teams, new upcoming teams?
Yeah, my suggestion is that it's really hard to start entering this kind of competitions because you have tests before at home, and then to be patient because at the first, above all, the first entry, sometimes there are some failures, but it's also important to learn from failures because this is how this competition works.
Okay. So you've seen a lot of applications in open water. What do you think are the main research areas that students can focus on?
There are many areas for research in underwater robots, search and rescue, gas and oil, surveillance, and so on. So I think this is what I work in my life. I think it's important autonomy of these vehicles. So moving from pre-planned missions to some reactive, adaptive missions, and that's the next step that we have to do, not only in our competitions but also in the research world, because the future will be more autonomous robots, more smarter robots that can help human workers in their everyday jobs.
So according to you, what would be the biggest challenge in underwater robotics? Would it be communication? Would it be manipulation or perception?
I think we have many challenges to be solved, even if we have done big steps forward. Communication for sure will be a problem, but communication will be a problem also in the future. That's the medium, acoustics. So what we can do is to improve autonomy of the robots and to use networks of the robot to help the robot operations and above all the localization of the robot. That's the basis for having a real autonomous and working vehicles.
Okay, great, thank you so much. Do you have any suggestions for the SAUVC organizing team?
I'll go on in this way because I think you are doing great. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Gabriele.